Live, so I'm going to give it to you.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Beautiful, beautiful Friday it is. And today we're talking about choosing consciously. This topic is interesting from the point of view that when we make choices, I don't think we are aware of how we make those choices always.
I'm just doing the face of like, yeah.
And the things that influence us. So there are a few things that influence us. And I think if you know what you're influenced by, there's kind of a little bit of control. I mean, whether you want to control it or not, that's completely up to you. But there is a little bit more kind of control within that if you know why you make those. Right.
So I would love to hear from you guys. Like, it doesn't matter if you watch it live or after, like what actually influenced you to which one of those points you resonate with. We would love to hear.
So the first one is your social interaction. And that is so often you and I will be having a conversation, whether I'm speaking to you or whomever, and I identify myself as super healthy, super active, and high energy. So that's how I identify myself. So I don't see myself doing things that are kind of outside of that because that wouldn't be part of my identity.
I think we all influence like from society, you know, you are influenced from the people around you in everything you do, even if it's in the workplace, in your relationships with family. But that's why in a way you're kind of trying to attract the right tribe to you to make sure you have people with the same type of mindset. So that will influence you in a better way.
Yeah, you and I were actually talking about this while you were away. And talking about the difference between going home, well, I suppose both is home, but going home, and having that environment and having here, whereas there is that familiar, it's the culture, it's the language, it's the food, it's the all of that which you don't have here. And that's part of your identity, right?
It is. And that also part of like how I make my decisions, you know, based on home, my new home, the mix of them, it's kind of like evolving, creating more and more impact.
The next one's operational transparency, which is, you know, when you go to, I don't know if we really have this here, but when I think about this, I think about the UK and I think about in the States where they openly make foods. Or if I think about, say, yes, that's a perfect example. They are all about transparency. So it's about being very open about the process. So you're not kind of, as a client, you're not thinking, are you legit? Are you not legit? Are you? So that's very important. We do base decisions on the transparency of the person or the organization.
But I think that's in general about what we're saying about being authentic, right? That's part of being transparent. Like you just keep it very, very open to the outside and allow people to see the actual truth without playing the games around it.
Yeah. And I find this one very interesting. This one is about memory. So research was done, the group of people, where they put their hands in ice cold water for 60 seconds. And then they put their hands in ice water for 60 seconds and then for 20 seconds in lukewarm water. So they were asked which one was better. And they said, because you'd think the shorter time would be better, right? And they said the longer time, because we remember the last part of a memory. So their last memory was putting into the lukewarm. So it wasn't the time frame, but the last memory was what actually stayed with them, which is interesting because we can have situations with people or bad relationships with people. And then the last bit of the relationship was really good. And for some reason, well, it's been proven through science, through research, that we remember it as being amazing because we remember the last part as opposed to all the rest. I thought that was quite interesting.
But I think it kind of like goes the same as like first impression, right? It's the first thing, like the first last thing kind of that pops up to you that what makes you to make a decision around.
Yep. And then there was also research done with the power of the messenger. So which we all know, if somebody like Michelle Obama puts something forward or advocates, I mean, immediately the trust, the people are open. I mean, maybe not everybody, sure, but she definitely has got that influence, as opposed to, I'm not going to sit and slate anybody, but opposed to somebody that's not thought of in the same degree. So the messenger is very, very important when we make choices.
But that's why, if I look from a marketing side, that's why certain companies choose a certain like presenter to present their brand, because of that trust, because of the values and everything around it. That's why I always say that in marketing in general, if you want to build your brand, you need to build the trust. You want to be, like you're saying, the good messenger, a person that come with a message and people wanted to get it. Like, that's it. It's like, it's like, it's always like, even when you get to a place in life that things are not working for you, but then at the right time, the right messenger is coming, and then you get it. So it's really, that's the thing, as an example on how like there is an impact to the messenger, when a lot of people can say the same thing to you, but you won't get it. But the right person will come at the right time. They're like, oh, now it all makes sense. Well, everyone else like, really? Really, now you're getting it?
Yeah. And then finally is the agency and control. And so for me, what I think about is, when I think about, and I don't want to again state any industries, but, and sorry, let me change that. And there are certain industries where they try to use fear to sell you a product. And oftentimes, I know for myself, I've thought, there's something about this person or this company which just annoys me. But it actually isn't. What annoys me is the fact that you're trying to sell fear to me. Fear I'm not going to have enough money. Fear I'm going to get cancer. Whatever, fear. Whereas actually we want to have agency and control. People are more inclined to choose when they feel that they are consciously choosing out of their own free will, that it's not fear-based, because then they feel they've got control. So that's really important. The same as when, if you and I were going to be marketing, or you're doing the marketing and I'm doing the coaching, but if we were going to try and build relationships with people, trying to get clients to focus on what they would be losing if they didn't, would be terrible, as opposed to just giving people the information for them to then decide what it is that they want to do with that or not. Very important.
But I guess it's also really dependent on the people, because if I look like from a different angle, like governments, right? They really try to put the message out there by building that fear in you. But I guess like some people will be motivated by the fear and some not. I guess it's all about like what type of an emotion you want to trigger and which one is not. And that what needs to guide you in my opinion. So if you have, like you said in the beginning, like you want to have your own crowd around you, the people that are in the same type of mindset. So even that type of mindset, like fear is important, like it's something that, drives you and push you. So yes. But if it's not, choose something else, like laugh, like other type of an emotion.
Yeah, I thought it'd be quite interesting just to share this so people could get some insight onto consciously choosing, as opposed to thinking that we just choose.
It's up to you what you want to decide. It's your decision eventually. And I learned the sentence from my sister: there's no such thing as a bad decision. It was the right decision for you for that specific moment. So you made it based on like the people around you, life, a different, like a messenger, all the different one you presented. That help you in your decision. Own it.
Absolutely. And have a lovely weekend, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.